Hey, 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 hey.
Drew and H.W, got it going down. I say Drew and H.W, gonna come around. I say Drew and H.W.
Hi, and welcome to the 11th episode of Drew and H.W.
Yo.
Today, I will discuss many things,
Man.
so let's commence the discussion.
I'm happy to be here, bro.
The first topic I'd like to dive right into
Yeah, bro. Thanks for the ride earlier, too, man.
is that of family dynamics.
Domestic.
Now, I happen to be a youngest child, the youngest
You are, yeah.
of a group of siblings, and
Right.
right.
In my family, the youngest was always responsible for the beer and the bingo cards.
And there's a few cliches associated with that
Sure.
idea, with that concept, right?
Those stereotypical
We're oftentimes thought of as
behaviors.
the most doted over, and perhaps even spoiled at times. We
Right.
tend to crave attention.
In my family, bro, we had a lot of siblings, bro. We were real close in age and shit. So
Right.
sometimes people had a hard time, like, telling us apart, like telling
Right.
who was younger, who was older.
Okay.
Because there was a lot of silly hairstyles back in some of them decades, bro. You ever seen, like, a picture of somebody who was, like, 33 in 1984?
Sure, fair enough. But no, oftentimes the youngest, or maybe if there's two siblings, I guess you would say younger.
Sure, you
Be
covering
dramatic.
your,
Yeah.
your bases.
Can be thought of, sure, as the attention seeker
Or a little
of
selfish.
the group, of the family, and
Or a little
but I've discovered a few other
arrogant,
lesser
kind
discussed
of needy.
maybe commonalities of the youngest sibling, the youngest of the
The
family,
little
of
caboose
or the
of the household.
the family unit.
Bro, the oldest of my two youngest sisters used to make a fortune just running cigarettes down from southern North Carolina down to northern
Sure.
South Carolina.
But a curious little aspect of it is that if
What you got?
everything goes according to plan, and in an ideal world, the youngest of the family should watch every single member of their family die.
No, that's
That's
inner
yeah.
resting.
Yeah.
I guess you could say that's the little trade-off
Yeah.
for the all the attention and the spurlage.
Yeah, I'd say even if you probably, unless there's some
Resentment.
sort of tension or I don't know.
Feelings.
Yeah, grudges being held. If you were even to make it a democratic process and take a vote,
Weird.
most healthy families would probably
Sure.
ideally have the young, especially if there's some
That's-
age separation between
Yeah,
the
that's
siblings.
reasonable.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of ludicrous, bro. Let's be honest. I don't think there's ever a scenario in which, like, there's gonna be some sort of
Right.
some sort of little intrafamilial survivor sweepstakes, like you just outlined previously.
I
there, but,
mean-
I can see your point though, bro. It's like,
Okay.
if for nothing else, they would want you around to take care of them as they age there.
Yeah.
Get up in the years there, in the little golden years.
Yes, then I would think that, right, if you left it up to a vote, even the family members, they say,
Right.
would themselves say,
Yeah.
let's hope the youngest is the last to die, just because we hope everyone lives a long, full life. And let's say we all get
93.
92 years.
something.
We all hope that just kind of goes
Right.
in the order in which we were born, will be the order
Yeah.
in which we die, not for any real
He
morbid.
makes a reasonable argument, I'd say.
Yeah, so that's just an overlooked aspect of it.
Bro, what if you got like buku siblings?
Right, so yeah, if you're from a family of 7,
Bro, that could get
if everything goes according to plan,
dicey.
be prepared to watch 6 of your family members die face down in the mud.
Alright, that was entertaining, bro. I see what you did. You took like a widely held little belief and kind of added your own little silly
So now we're going to move on to the next topic, which I'm just going to make up when I look back to camera 2. So this morning, I was getting ready for my later trip to the grocery store. I know
Okay.
it's something we kind of talk about a lot here, but we haven't covered
quite often.
every aspect of grocery
Yeah,
shopping.
let's belabor this.
Yeah.
Why
Right.
not?
And what little numbers we get seem to spike a little bit
True that.
on this topic. I just want to discuss the list, right? What goes in
Right.
to the proper formation of a grocery shopping
Yeah.
list. There can be a lot of ins
It
and
takes a little foresight and
Yep.
planning.
Yep. Okay. There can be a lot of things to consider, right?
Name a few.
First, it's good just to go
Come on.
right away.
Get it out.
Sort of like a brainstorming session. Just write down as quickly as you can everything you remember that you need.
There you go.
Don't worry about the order. Don't worry if maybe, should I go check if I have an
Sure.
onion? I can't remember if I have onions. If you have any suspicion
I'm often questioning that.
that you might not have onions, if it came to mind, just write it down. Get all those ideas out.
Right.
Because you might be surprised a lot of times when
Okay.
if you try to nitpick over every single item you're adding to your list,
That can get a little.
you may
little
end up
tedious.
forgetting something.
Sure.
In this first stage,
Yeah.
let nothing hold you back from just spitting out
Yeah.
every idea you have, writing it down. Misspell words.
Not bad.
If you use cursive, this is time to maybe
Yeah,
put
go far.
your script penmanship into
Sure.
play here.
I mean, there's probably an app
yeah. Well,
that
all right.
does all this shit, bro.
Because you really just want to get it out. I would recommend against
What?
the smartphone in this situation. If you really want to do it, though, that's fine.
I would, I
There
mean-
are advantages, which we'll get to later, to having it in
many
text form. Computer, I'm fine with.
numerous
Maybe that's just me. I've seen
advantages.
people younger than me who can
Just
type on the phone as fast as I can type at a computer, which, admittedly, I could probably do
Right.
faster than a lot of the younger generations, right?
look at you.
The little-
fast finger.
could say that.
Freddy over here.
No, this is not a show
You
where
real self.
Hey, do I often pat myself on the back on the show?
I'd say you're
Bill, if anything, I'm a little self-deprecating.
self-aggrandizing,
There's
bro.
plenty of video evidence for
I
that.
mean,
Frank?
nice.
You gotta give me a break.
All right. Yeah, I got to give you a heads up on stuff like that.
I
Sure.
mean, I don't know what you
That's
what
reasonable.
you expected. Give no,
I'd say even
no warning.
the most seasoned video producer
kinda
would
the-
probably struggle to make a
the
montage
problem with this
of video evidence on the fly like that.
this format,
And since we really don't
very little.
we don't come to you live, but we don't
Preparation.
like to really highly edit this program.
really?
We like it to come across as
So the
genuine.
crappiness is authentic.
Right, from the heart. We cover a lot of topics that, some might say stream of consciousness, but you'd be surprised.
This
Every
dude-
now and again, we have a bullet list.
Every day.
Previously discussed. Today's not one of those days, but it had.
Every day with all this mummery and drollery, bro. It's
Claims I'm the rambler.
at some point, bro, you gotta stop with all the buffooneries and
Sorry.
the foolishness.
No, it's weird. Yeah, I can hear everything you say. I don't know why I assume you wouldn't hear my little
Little soliloquies,
strange.
monologues.
interludes. Would you like to have a strange interlude?
God, I'm saying weird, non sequitur shit.
All right, yeah.
bro.
No, those have grown out of fashion.
for-
Um,
For a good reason, bro.
people don't have the attention span for it anymore.
True.
You know,
That
back in the day, you could just go
go like
have a monologue, and the lighting would
off
change,
in the corner.
and you could opine things and
Sure,
just make
you could be your own.
callous
Right.
observations about
Sentimental.
even things that are happening right around you, and no one would
Sure.
seem
You
to
could even bust out
hear you.
in
But-
song.
So yeah, brainstorming session with the list, right? You get out every idea you have.
Don't
Right.
hesitate.
Whatever. Pineapple.
Cucumber.
Yeah. Garlic.
Pasta.
Onion.
Carrot.
Beef.
Bell pepper.
Tofu.
Yogurt.
Shrimp.
Sarsaparilla.
Waffles.
Butter.
Eggs.
Aluminum foil.
Little Danimals. Now is the time where you can go through, and if you were second guessing yourself, okay, now is the time you can go through and actually, hopefully you were making this list in your kitchen.
Oh, bro, yeah.
I should have started there, like
Shoulda
be
perned-
around your inventory
Pointed that out.
while you're trying to make the list on how to
You need to
add to your
be
inventory.
more diligent
Okay.
and methodical.
Yeah, it's good to be
Comprehensive.
right, to offer the whole picture.
Exactly.
So, you're making your list. You've gone through
Right.
step 1, step 2. Now, I guess step 2B, or
Yeah.
I guess we have 1A, 1B. Now we're on 2A.
See, this is why you need to come prepared.
That's neither here nor there.
Of course it is.
But hopefully you're there in your kitchen. Now with your brainstormed list, out of order,
A little rough draft.
barely legible, right? You
Sure.
were just jotting down whatever came to mind. But remember, there's no bad ideas in brainstorming. If
that's
for some
true.
reason you had a suspicion
Yeah,
that you were lacking in some,
it didn't
right,
come
then
from nowhere.
you had a reason to write it.
Trust
So
yourself.
let's look. Maybe you do have it on you, but maybe it was rotten.
No.
Maybe you turned it over. And
that happens.
because you hadn't remembered buying one in a while, but you kind of had that memory mixed
Right.
in with having seen one on your
Vegetable
shelf.
bowl.
Maybe you have a bowl, whatever. Let's not
Yeah.
linger on that.
I'm a proponent of a good bowl.
That's why you're having mixed feelings, but I'm glad you wrote it down.
But the bowl
because now
could be located
you're not fooled
on a shelf.
by this false memory, well,
Or even-
this mixed memory, because you did have an onion,
Like a drawer.
But you flip it around and you see the bottom starting to get that little mold, the moisture settled there and starts just,
in your fridge.
dark and moist on the bottom there. And it's not an ideal
You
texture.
could keep it in the...
Now, if you're very frugal, you can cut that off.
In the crisper.
And use the rest of the onion. I'm not going to knock you there.
It's literally called the vegetable...
Hey, a lot of us have done it.
Crisper.
I'm not going to admit to whether or not I've done it
Use the
because
fucking thing.
the last thing I need is more of y'all's opinions coming back at me in the comment section. I'm sick of the ridicule.
I mean...
And if I went and cut off the good part of an onion,
dude, you got a lot.
So be it.
You got a lot to be grateful for, bro. I mean, you got these LED lights.
So now's the time you can go. Let's say, yeah. All right,
cross-reference.
Check. I did need the onion. Sure.
Yep.
Guess what? That had the added bonus of now you can
dispose
that onion or the portion of the onion that's no longer good, and now move that in the front of your head. If you did save the good portion, that needs to probably be used sooner than later.
Right. But look, bro, if I may, let me just summarize for some of the viewers that get the time to sift through your little convoluted ass spiel there, bro. You say make a brainstorm list and then go ahead and cross-reference the bitch against like an actual inventory in a pan.
All right.
Tray or your ice
Fine.
box.
So now you're going in, you're checking your fridge, your pantry, your wherever you keep the non-refrigerated produce, be it a bowl, whatever.
Maybe you got a mesh bag in a basket.
Against your brainstormed list. You're crossing off, you're checking. You don't have to check, all right? You can just use the cross-off method, and then anything that hasn't been crossed off.
Yeah, that's kind of your...
You assume that's good.
prerogative.
Now, a lot of people would stop there.
Please.
Right? Which you can. Some people are of the mind where they can have a list like that.
You should be
go into a grocery store.
giving advice.
And remember to check the entire thing as they go into
advice
each
in this domain.
department.
You ain't some Martha Stewart, bro. I seen
in theory.
Your finances and your automobile and your living quarters, bro. None of this shit I describe is necessarily very organized or orderly or cleanly, right? There's other things you somewhat excel at, bro. This ain't really your thing, bro.
No. Now, this next part kind of assumes you're familiar with the grocery store you're about to go to, and I'm assuming most of us are. If this is where you're going to fill out your list,
get your little staples.
Staples. I doubt you're going to your specialty favorites on the outskirts of town.
This ain't a caviar run.
This is probably more a neighborhood run.
Simple.
For reasons we've covered in previous episodes.
Oh,
we're not
now
gonna,
you worry about redundancy.
Beat that into the ground anymore.
For once in your damn.
We are still staying in the grocery store domain.
Oh, of course. You're going to be still semi-redundant.
I don't really see a problem with that.
There's, I mean, look at your numbers.
Right. So you've checked against. Now, you're going to start here. You're going to need to imagine the layout of the grocery store you're about to go to.
Explore the wider range of topics.
And now we get a new sheet of paper.
See a small jump in
I know. A lot of us.
Audience numbers.
You should be thankful I'm even making a list. Now you want me to, like, make a draft and an outline. Now I'm coming back with the final. I know.
This is too much.
But get me. This is gonna for someone who's looking to save time and is not honestly very organized himself. Okay, I didn't start this system till later in life. Okay, I'm not gonna reveal ages. Well, let's just say there was a 3 in a number.
Okay.
Representing my age.
Look, a little honesty, a little
at the time when I
sincerity
started this practice.
Lighten the mood, a little levity. There you go.
Now you got your blank sheet of paper.
Back to the topic at hand.
Maybe it's got the lines already on it. You know, they make.
But I got all type of paper formats.
Another aside, but at our house, you can get these cheap.
Obvious observation.
Anywhere in the world, practically at this point, you can get anything anywhere.
Online.
It's a magnet that's also kind of like a
little paper.
Stack of little paper notes. It's not posits because they don't re-stick on nothing.
Nah, they don't. They don't re-stick on nothing.
Right.
That don't explain why your accent. Just changed for a second.
I get around you and it comes out.
Oh, classic case.
Yeah.
Code switching, huh?
That's fair.
Phony ass motherfucker.
That's not fair.
That's fairly obvious.
I'll have to consider that one.
To even the most casual observer, bro, you ain't.
So now you're gonna
got no personality.
reorder the items on your brainstormed list that has the cross outs. Maybe it has circles and checks. That's up to you.
All the people you've met.
And you're going to
over the years
reorder that in the order.
So
you're gonna
this
go in.
Is the culmination of this whole pitch, bro? Is that it's incumbent upon me to record a layout?
I could see that.
Of the supermarket, bruh?
That's correct.
Like, what? Sometimes I get two supermarkets confused because they're so similar. What if I get that backwards and this whole exercise was futile?
Well, now with your blank list here, You're going to take your brainstormed one with the cross-outs, may or may not have circles.
The X's and O's.
And you're going to reorder it
right.
in the order of the departments at your grocery store. Now, for this exercise, you're going to have to sort of imagine the layout of your grocery store. I'm going to help you out.
Wow.
There's a 9 out of 10 chance they open up with produce, okay?
Right.
For whatever reason, they like to hit you with that. It's got nice smells, nice colors. It's kind of fresh. They got the little humidifiers.
So these are tips.
Little spraying mechanisms on some of
to help you recall
the greenery.
The layout.
That needs.
At your local supermarket.
Yeah, such care.
Wow.
And
it's just caveat.
I could see why. And
caveat.
You surely have other stuff to get. So maybe they'll know you're gonna eventually go deeper into the store anyway.
I'm out this bitch. I can't take it.
Yeah, they might have prepared foods at this point. That is more grocery store to grocery store. Let's just assume they open produce and that you're not going there for any prepared foods.
Love you, Drew.
This is a staple run, okay? This isn't I need a quick lunch and how can I do so saving a couple dollars but not as many dollars as would if I were to prepare my own lunch because I simply don't have the time for that right now.